In the middle of a crowded gala, a black waitress did something no one else dared. She gently took the hand of a boy in a wheelchair and asked him to dance. The boy's father, a powerful billionaire known more for his fortune than his feelings, watched in stunned silence, and everything began to unravel. Richard Langford was a man of means, wealth, and control. A titan of finance with sprawling estates and international influence, he prided himself on solving problems with money. But all his billions couldn't buy what his heart yearned for most: his son's happiness. Wait a second. Tell us where you're watching from in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Liam, Richard's 10-year-old son, was born with cerebral palsy. Though his mind was sharp, his body often failed him. He couldn't walk on his own, struggled to speak fluidly, and was confined to a wheelchair most of the time. Richard spared no expense: private therapists, custom equipment, the best schools. Still, his son's laughter remained rare, his eyes heavy with isolation. That night, the Langfords attended a high-society charity gala at the Diamond Crest Ballroom. Richard donated $1 million. Liam sat quietly at their table, eyes scanning the room where people sipped champagne and pretended perfection. As music filled the room, couples began to dance. Waitstaff flowed between tables. Then came her, Jasmine Moore, a 26-year-old waitress working part-time while studying occupational therapy. She noticed Liam watching the dancers, his fingers twitching slightly to the rhythm. She crouched beside him. "You like music?" she asked warmly. He nodded. "What's your favorite dance move?" Liam hesitated. "I like spins," she smiled. "Then you'll teach me one." Before Richard could object, Jasmine took Liam's hand, gently guiding his arm as she spun beside his wheelchair. For a moment the room faded, the music slowed, and Liam, beaming, was leading a dance. The guests turned. A few chuckled awkwardly. Some whispered. Richard stood furious. This was not protocol. This wasn't how things were done. But he didn't speak. He couldn't. He was frozen, not with anger, but with something he hadn't felt in years. Tears in his son's eyes. But not sadness. Pure joy. After the dance, Jasmine returned to serving drinks as if nothing happened. Liam was laughing. Richard followed her into the hallway, catching her during her break. "Why did you do that?" he asked, voice trembling. She wiped her hands. "Because he looked like he needed someone to say yes for once." Richard stared at her. "Do you know who I am?" "I know who he is. And I know that no child, no matter how rich, should feel invisible in a room full of people." It hit him like a thunderbolt. For years he had tried to fix Liam, to shield him from pity, to keep everything controlled. But he never indeed saw him. Jasmine had in minutes. 2 weeks later, Jasmine received a letter on university letterhead offering her a full scholarship to complete her degree in occupational therapy. Funded anonymously, but she knew. Jasmine now worked part-time, not as a waitress, but as Liam's therapist. She brought rhythm and play, taught through laughter instead of drills. Richard stopped managing his son's progress like a spreadsheet. He began dancing with him. Liam smiled more, talked more, and one day, in front of a cheering room of schoolmates and teachers, he stood briefly and hugged his dad. One small act. One moment of grace. A waitress who dared to treat a boy not as fragile but as complimentary. A billionaire who finally understood what his money could never buy: connection. And from that moment on, every charity event hosted by Richard Langford included one unbreakable rule: there would always be music, and there would always be dancing. For everyone. If you enjoyed this story and thought it provoking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful narratives. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Take care.